All right, folks, we are back at it. Scrapyard Sports. We got 7 viewers already. That's more than we had all day yesterday, and this game hasn't even started. So, Danny or Danielle is here with us. He's not sure who he is this weekend, but a couple weekends ago he was, or she was, I don't know. We got folks watching from an airplane. They're about to take off. If they don't turn to airplane mode, the airplane will probably crash. Let me tell you a little secret, though. That's not actually true. So you don't have to have your phone on airplane mode. Just pay for Wi-Fi, and you can stream the whole time. Not as nice of a day out here today as it was yesterday. A little bit windier. Clouds are covering up the sun. But it's still a good day for baseball. Pirates were the number. Some folks got sunburned yesterday, so maybe it is a good thing that the clouds are out. Pirates were the number 2 seed yesterday. They've dropped all the way to the number 5 seed, which is actually a good thing because that means we're playing at 11:30 instead of at 8 a.m. So Pirates are taking on the Conroe Baseball Club today, and we're getting started. Parker's leading off. He stands in. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the left side for strike 1. It's going to be Parker and then Luke. And I can't see who's hitting in the 3-hole today. Stat team is kind of dropping the ball, not giving me what I need. Not as prepared as I normally am. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Parker hits that one to second base. Second baseman over, and he makes the play. So 1 up, 1 down for the Pirates. Brings up Luke Lunar Landers. See if he can get things going. Luke stands in there. He's wearing number 23. He hits that one hard and out into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So Luke, first pitch swinging, drives the ball into left center and is rewarded with a single. That brings up Brenner, a.k.a. Vlad Guerrero III. He hasn't been swinging as violently this season as he was last season, but we're sticking with that nickname. Here's the pitch. Luke takes off. See if we can get that patented head first slide. No, slides in feet first, and he's safe. Brenner had a ground rule double yesterday. He's looking to trade places with Luke today. He squares around a bunt. Maybe it was a fake bunt, but it was not because Luke did not take off. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike. Brenner stands in there, 2-1, still heading the count. Chance of Brenner ball are happening in the dugout. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. Good stop there by the catcher, holding Luke at second base. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. It's fouled off. Brenner had to wait about 2 years for that one to get in there. He was able to wait back and still pulled it foul into the third base dugout. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 4. So Brenner earns a 1-out walk. Look, folks, walks are no good. It's a free base. They're no good at any point, but 1-out walks, we don't really have a saying for them. So we'll come up with something here at KNOW, because if you know, you know. brings up Travis. Travis steps out. He steps back in. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Travis hits that one hard down the line, but it's going to be foul. Hit that one hard, but it was tailing foul the whole time down the third base line. Well, I'm proud of the boys. They've, at least for the moment, ditched the softball chants and gone with normal, just baseball talk. See if that holds up for the game. Here's the pitch. It's up high for ball one. Good job there by Travis laying off that one. The last game, we got here a little bit early and we were watching the last game, and every single hitter was struggling to lay off anything that was above the letters. So Travis doing a good job there of laying off of that one. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs and outside for ball two. 2-1 here to Travis. 1 out, runners on first and second. Brenner has a healthy lead off of first. Luke's got a decent lead off of second. Here's the pitch. Travis hits that one foul. On to the other field. 2-2. Runners on first and second. Giant hole on the left side. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Travis goes down on strikes. Luke, heads up base running by Luke. Catcher was not paying a bit of attention, and Luke able to steal third. So that brings up Ty. Ty, the hit guy, Brockman. Had an in-the-park home run yesterday. Brenner takes off, trips. I think it was a fake trip, and then he steals second. I think he took that. That was a play out of Dash's playbook. I think Dash was doing that last season. Brenner caught on. Brenner sold it a little better than Dash did, though. That looked like a real trip. Ty hits that one, but softly back to the pitcher. Now we got a rundown. Luke is in a rundown, and gets thrown out at third. It looked like he was safe from where I was standing, but there was no force at home. The pitcher threw it home. Luke ran all the way back and then was tagged out at third. So the Pirates score. Pirates don't score any runs. They get 1 hit. They leave 2 men stranded. We head into the bottom half of the first inning. Pirates 0, Conroe Baseball Club 0. We're going to take a 10-second break for station identification. You're listening to AM 1930 KNOW. If you know, you know. All right, we're back after that brief break. We don't advertise anything here. If you want to sponsor Pirates Baseball, give our marketing department a call. We can probably get you some free tickets to Pirates games, maybe some Pirates swag. I finally got my first Pirates shirt as the official broadcast partner last season. I had to pay for it, but I got it nonetheless. So let us know if you want to sponsor. We would love to have you. Any amount will do, but $10,000 is kind of our starter pack. You know someone that wants their business advertised in a real way, give us a call. KNOW is the place for you. All right, defensively, Henry is going to be starting on the mound. Coach Ryan is really fighting for that starting job behind the plate, but he still hasn't earned it. So Travis will be behind the plate. Ty's at third. Brenner's at short. Kelby's at second. Preston's at first. Dash is in right. Parker's in center. And Luke, with some sweet eye black, is in left. Henry threw 2 innings yesterday. I don't have his exact pitch count, but he threw 2 innings, so he should have plenty of juice in that arm. Talking to him before the game, he's going to be looking to get in the pitcher's head or get in the hitter's heads. I told him to hit the first one just to set the tone. I don't think he's going to listen to me because he never has before, but set the tone early, stick someone right in the hip or the back. I don't think he's going to do that though. But he's going to be looking to go a lot of innings in this game. Travis behind the plate threw a kid out at second yesterday. Great throw down on the throw down there. So see if he can throw someone else out today. Folks, times are tough. There's some fans standing outside the fence so they don't have to pay the $7 to get in. I don't blame them. I didn't want to pay it either. Here we go. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike one on the outside corner. Henry's really started taking his time getting back to the rubber, which is good. He used to pitch real fast, so now he's taking his time. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two. We talked about that before the game, too. I told him work up in the zone early in the count if you can, and he did. He listened to Dad, so didn't listen to me on hitting the first kid, but Henry fields it cleanly, makes the throw to first. We're on the outside looking in, have decided to make their way over to the ticket stand. Here's the pitch. It's up high for ball one. Henry looks in. He comes set, takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch. That one's hit softly to Brenner. He's over, fields it cleanly, makes a good throw for out number two cleanly. And then Henry barehands the catch when they throw it back to him. So that's super cool right there. Swing and a miss for strike one. He was way behind that one. We'll see if Henry takes note of that and keeps working the fastball. Down to 6 viewers, folks. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends' family. We're live here on KNOW, your home for Pirates baseball. 2. Henry again working up in the zone. Go, Henry. Like seeing that. Strike 3, it's dropped. Travis gets to it. He's got an arm. Let's see if he can throw him out. He does for the third out of the inning. So Pirates retire Conroe Baseball Club in order. We move into the top half of the second inning. Pirates 0, Conroe Baseball Club 0. I'm going to start calling them CBC as opposed to THC. Two totally different things. So Henry used 8 pitches there in that inning. It's a good start to an 11U baseball game. Anytime you can get an inning and you're in single-digit pitches in 11U baseball, that's a win. Pirates looking to get some offense going here. They're going to be, Will the Thrill Hall is going to be leading off, followed by KP Kelby Pittman. Will had a ground rule double last game too. So first game yesterday. Brenner hit his second game yesterday. So 2 ground rule doubles, a triple, and an in the park home run yesterday. In 1 inning, the Pirates hit for the cycle. That was the last inning of the second game. Pirates hit for the cycle as a team, not any individual, obviously, but as a team, they hit for the cycle in 1 inning. The live chat is also live, folks. If you want to leave us a message, we might read it out on the air. We might not. Leave us a message. If we feel like reading it out, we will. So we don't know a whole lot about this Conroe Baseball Club team. I don't think maybe we've played them once, but I'm not sure. I know we've played the Conroe Oilers. I'm not sure if we have played this baseball team, but they look like a solid team. They're the number 4 seed. Pirates are the number 5 seed. I think if the Pirates can play clean defense, they got a really good shot at winning this tournament, which means we'll be out here until at least 8:30 tonight. Looking forward to that. All right, we're back in the action. Here's the pitch. Will takes that one inside, gets back to the screen for ball 1. So we'll be out here till at least 8:30 if we keep winning. But like I said, I think they have a good chance of winning the whole thing. Be a good confidence builder for them. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Will's ahead in the count 2-0. He's going to be looking for a pitch that's right where he wants it so he can hit it a mile. Here's the pitch. Will hits that one hard, right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Good job there by Will getting started. Ball gets past the pitcher. Will able to advance to second. So hard hit, single for Will. Advances to second on the throwing error. And that brings up KP Kelby Pittman. Kelby had a triple yesterday. No outs, runner on second base. Giant hole on the right side of the infield. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. So these boys, at least on our opponents, don't understand the concept of bouncing back to your position after holding the runner on. Here's the pitch. That is very high, but Kelby swung at it, fouled it off. Kelby's got a 1-1 count here. He hit his triple to right field yesterday. Let's see if he can do the same thing because of the giant hole that's over there. That one also fouled off. That was high. Last 2 pitches have been at Kelby's eyes. He's getting to them, but not able to put them in play. So see if he can have a little more discipline at the plate and drive one out into right center. Here's your pitch. That is behind Kelby for ball 2. Two-2 count. Will is on second base. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. That's behind Kelby. Gets to the screen. Will's going to get to third. So Kelby going to be looking to put something in play with a full count here. Anything but a strikeout should score a run. Stat team just clarified a walk will not score a run, which is true. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one softly to the second baseman. He's over there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That brings up Preston Chisholm, a.k.a. the Lumberjack. I didn't talk to Preston after the game yesterday, but I'm pretty sure he's still looking for a shoe deal. So I keep putting it out there. Nobody got no takers. But anyone looking to give an 11-year-old a shoe deal, give Preston's agent a call. Preston had some good hits yesterday. I know he had a double. I think he may have had either 2 doubles or a single and a double. But hit the ball hard yesterday. Looking to replicate that today. Will gets his lead. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Preston, pitcher comes set. Preston fouls that one back. Too many P's. Preston, pitcher. It's too much. Too much for a amateur broadcaster like myself to handle that kind of alliteration. Here's the pitch. So Preston with a stand-up bloop double. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Preston keeps a hitting streak alive. I think he's now up to a 3-game hitting streak. Just chopping wood. He's just going up there chopping wood. Like a lumberjack should. Well, we got a pitching change early, so Conroe Baseball Club bringing in a new pitcher. I guess if you give up a run, you lose your spot. This kid throws a curveball. I think he's looking to have Tommy John surgery before 12. We'll see. Maybe 13. He may make it to 13. So Conroe, I guess, really wants to win this game. Didn't trust the kid that they had in to get the job done after giving up 1 run. So they bring in, I don't know if this guy's their ace or not, but he's certainly throwing harder and he has some breaking pitches. Well, folks, if you're watching, that means you're probably not coming out here. We're not going to hold that against you. Although we would like to have you come out. We had a great crowd yesterday. I think almost every parent was out here. Lots of grandparents out. So if you're in the area, come pay your $7 entrance fee. Suck it up. I did. Come watch some 11U baseball. These boys are starting to play better baseball. It's only their 2nd tournament this season, so they certainly haven't peaked yet, but they're playing better baseball. Looking to get the job done. All right, we're back in the action, folks. Preston is on second base. We've got 1 out. That brings up Henry Poole. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one sky high. He just missed that. Shortstop back, able to make the play. So Henry was on it. He just missed it. He was looking to hit that one hard. But just missed it. Sometimes you do. That brings up Clint. Clint's got a different bat than what he was. No, that may be the same bat. No, it's different. That ball gets to the screen. Preston going to get to third easily. Clint's in there with a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 2. Catcher did a good job of, it was a kick save and a beauty. He's got a future in the NHL if catching doesn't work out for him. Here's the pitch. Clint hits that one high. That's going to get down. No, it does not. Fantastic diving catch by the left fielder. It looked like that ball was going to get down. Left fielder did a really good job of coming in and saving a run, certainly. Maybe preventing a bigger rally. So the Pirates score 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 man stranded. We move into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Pirates 1, Conroe Baseball Club 0. All right, defensively, couple of changes to talk through. So Henry's still on the mound, Travis still behind the plate, Preston's still at first, Luke has made his way into second base, Brenner's still at short, Will has made his way into third, Kelby has moved out to left, Parker's still in center, and Clint has made his way out to right. So just a few defensive changes. Something that the Pirates do really well is play a lot of different positions. Nobody's really married to a position, which is good at this age. They learn to play baseball as opposed to learning to just play a position in baseball. And kudos to Ben for really developing that in these boys. About to get started with the action, folks. Henry looking to have another great inning. Only used 8 pitches last inning. Wanted to keep his pitch count low. If he does, he may still be useful later in the day if the Pirates can get out of this one with a win. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike 1. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That is hit softly up the end of the bat. Right to Will, who catches the line drive for the first out of the inning. Will the Thrill Hall playing third base. Good play there. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike 1. Hitter calls time. His batting glove almost popped off. Getting that worked out. Gets himself Velcroed up. So this is a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup right here. This is the Conroe Baseball Club pitcher. He hits that one high into center field. Parker, I'm not sure what happened there. I don't think Parker saw the ball. That was a routine fly ball that should have been caught, but it was not. So first base runner of the game on. It's not going to show up as an error, but certainly sleepy defense. We're going to start calling that sleepy defense when the boys do stuff like that. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Delayed steal was on and successful. So more sleepy defense there by the Pirates. Delayed steal was on. Nobody said anything. Travis didn't catch him until he was basically 3/4 of the way to second base. So back-to-back sleepy defense plays, hurting the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. Hit down the right field line, foul. Oh, 2 count here to this Conroe Baseball Club hitter. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. It's a good pitch, down low, but trying to get a swing from this hitter. Did a good job. So 1-2 count, runner on second base, 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. Runner gets a big lead. Henry steps off, works him back, just letting him know that he's looking at him. There's nobody covering, but Brenner doing a good job of holding the runner on. Henry with a good inside move. Got him. That is a horrible call. He was out. So he was most certainly out on that pickoff, and the umpire just completely missed the call. That's twice that kid should be out. Should have been out on the pop-up. Was out right there. I don't really know what else to say, folks. That's just bad umpiring. Here's the pitch. Hit hard right at Luke. That's going to be a double play, and now he's out. So Pirates retire him in order in a unconventional way, but they retired him in order. No runs on one hit. Conroe doesn't leave anybody stranded because he got doubled up. We head into the top of the third inning. Pirates 1, Conroe Baseball Club 0. All right, folks, so Dash will be leading off this inning, followed by Parker, and then Luke. So Ty, Parker, Luke to start this third inning. Pirates looking to hang a crooked number on Conroe Baseball Club. They've been knocking at the door both first and second inning, but just unable to plate any runs. Well, I guess they plated one run, but unable to plate multiple runs. Sorry for all the dead air, folks. You know, we don't like dead air here on KNOW, but I don't have anything interesting to say at the moment. I'll try and find some interesting things to say. I feel like I've told you guys quite a bit. I like to describe what's happening around here, but honestly, the way this complex is set up, there's just not a whole lot of extracurricular things happening. All right, back in the action. Dash stands in there. Pitcher comes set. There's Dash squares around a bunt. He pulls it back in time. No. Well, I don't know if he pulled it back in time or not, but the umpire called a strike. So it was either because it was a strike or because Dash didn't pull it back in time. It's hard to tell. Zero emotion from this home plate umpire. Here's the pitch. Dash squares around again. He does pull that one back. That was over his head. So I'm thinking that looked pretty much exactly the same as the first pitch. So I'm thinking that first pitch was a called strike, not because he didn't pull it back. Dash squares around the bunt. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-1 count. Dash looking to get on base. Pitcher comes set. Dash squares around again. That is outside for ball 3. So we'll see 3-1 whether Dash gets the bunt sign. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to be able to swing away here. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 4. A good at bat there by Dash. Leadoff walks. You know what we say here at KNOW about leadoff walks. They'll kill you. So I guess all of these pitchers have a very short leash. Either that or failure is not tolerated at Conroe Baseball Club. We're going to go with the latter because it's a better story. So it turns out if you don't succeed at Conroe Baseball Club, not only do you get pulled, but you might not have a spot on the team. I'm joking about that, folks. Or am I? I guess you'll never know if you're listening. You're not here to see all the body language. Coach certainly doesn't look happy that his pitcher gave up a leadoff walk after coming in and shutting down the last inning. He was able to get out of a jam last inning, but gave up a leadoff walk. Like we say, they'll kill you. That just killed his chances to pitch anymore this game. All right, folks, so pitcher has warmed up. Umpires are making their way back to the field. Maybe, not sure. One of them's still talking. Can't be bothered during his conversation. Clock's not ticking or anything like that. All right, now they're making their way back to the field. So Parker stands in there. Dash is on first base, nobody out. Parker way up at the front of the batter's box. This kid's throwing a little harder than the other kid, so we'll see if he stays up there. Parker rocking a sweet yellow and black camo Pirates arm sleeve. I like it. It's on the wrong arm, but I like it. Here's the pitch. Parker squares around a bunt. It was a fake bunt the whole way. Dash stealing and chooses not to slide and able to keep his foot on second base. He beat the throw in plenty of time and fortunately was able to keep his foot on second base and not get tagged out running past the bag. So Parker stands in there. 1-0 count. Pitcher Parker bunts that one foul. So Ben looking to play small ball here. Just move the runners. That's why Parker was up at the front of the box, because he's bunting. Wasn't necessarily expecting the bunt, but that's where we're at. So looks like Parker's probably going to bunt again. Balk is called. I wasn't looking at the pitcher, so I can't tell you what he did. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Parker not bunting. That is on the outside corner for strike 2. Parker's still standing at the front of the box, so he's choked way up. Here's the pitch. Parker fouls that one back to stay alive. So good job there. Opportunity for a rebound goes unrealized by the catcher. So still no rebounds on the day for either one of these catchers. Parker's still way at the front of the box. He's got quick hands, so I'm not worried about that, but this kid's just throwing a little bit harder. Throw over to first, not in time. Or sorry, throw over to third, not to first. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 count to Parker. Here's the pitch. Parker hits that one high and deep. Not going to get over the left fielder's head, but Dash with some great base running scores on the sacrifice fly from Parker. So Parker doing his job, hitting the ball into deep left field. Dash doing his job, tagging up and scoring the Pirates' second run of the game. So that brings up Luke Lunar Landers, a.k.a. the White Michael Jordan. MJ didn't have as prolific a career as Luke's had, though, at 11U baseball. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. This Conroe baseball left fielder is actually a pretty good left fielder. He's made that diving play and then running back, caught that one, and fired a strike to the cutoff man. So good job, left fielder. Here's the pitch. That's a curveball that is in there for a strike. Well, if you've been listening at all, I think you know my thoughts on 11-year-olds throwing curveballs, so I'm not going to say it, but he threw that one for a strike. These boys need to be prepared. Here's the pitch. There's another curveball, so back-to-back curveballs. That one not for a strike. But I'm sure his arm is very healthy. Well, we're down to one viewer, and that viewer might be me. So if I'm talking to myself, awesome. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. Well, you know what? These will be saved for posterity, so even if no one's listening, someone's going to go back and watch and enjoy the heck out of my commentary. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs. Luke earns a walk. So good job there by Luke earning that walk. He saw a couple curveballs in that at bat, one of them for a strike. Did a good job laying off the high heat. That brings up Brenner, a.k.a. Vlad Guerrero III. Brenner's got a very relaxed stance when he gets in the box. I like that. And then he just violently attacks the ball. Luke drew a throw over, almost got tagged out. Not because it was a good throw, but because Luke didn't get down. I would say get dirty, but there's no dirt anywhere on this field. So Luke takes off, Brenner squares around, fake bunt. Luke slides in safely. That's Luke's second stolen base today. I think his 50th on this young season. Stat team helped out with that quickly. Thank you, stat team. Here's the pitch. Brenner squares around again, chases that one. Catcher drops it. Luke takes off to third, and he is thrown out. He was safe. Looked like he was safe, but the umpire, yet again, makes a bad call and then smiles as he walks back to first base. So you really hate seeing that. That's just unfortunate. But anyway, that's where we are. Brenner swings and misses for strike 2. Catcher thought it was strike 3. It was not. It's only strike 2. Here's the pitch. Brenner hits that one hard, but right back to the pitcher. who snags it and throws to first for the third out of the inning. So the Pirates score 1 run on no hits. They had a walk and a sac fly. 2 walks actually in the inning. Sac fly. They leave no one stranded. We head into the bottom of the third inning. Pirates 2, Conroe Baseball Club 0. Let's go through defensively what we got here. Henry's still out on the mound. I think he had like 12 or 13 pitches that last inning, so has not worked his pitch count very high. Coach Ryan back out trying to earn a spot on the team behind the plate, but I don't like his chances. Preston's over at first. Dash is at second. Brenner's at short. Ty's at third. Clint is in left. Parker's in center, and Will is in right. See who's catching. It looks like Luke's going to be catching this inning. So Travis gave the Pirates 2 great innings at catcher. Luke looking to do the same. So far, this has turned out to be a pitcher's duel, folks. We'll see if that holds, but only 2 runs through 2.5 innings is a low-scoring 11U game. We could have used one of those yesterday, or 2 of those yesterday. Would have gotten us a better seed, but I'm not complaining with an 11:30 game. Much better than the 8 a.m. games. We didn't find out until about 10:30ish last night that we weren't playing until 11:30. We thought we were going to be playing at 8, so that was a welcome surprise. Still woke up early because of the puppy. Puppy got me up at about 4:45 today. If anybody wants a puppy, happy to entertain suitors. My wife's looking at me like I'm crazy. She doesn't get up in the middle of the night with him, so here's the pitch. That's hit softly and foul down the third base line. I've been told we're not giving our puppy away. So if you wanted him, sorry, you can't have him. But anybody that wants to be a babysitter at night for him, I'm happy to let you do that. All 2 of you that are watching. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Looked like Henry tried throwing his changeup there. Maybe his 2-seam fastball. He's trying to work some different pitches into his repertoire. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That missed. I'm not sure where it missed, but it missed. 2-1 count here. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That is in there for strike 2, right on the outside corner. 2-2 count for this Conroe Baseball Club leadoff hitter. See if he decides to work in a changeup, get this kid leaning. Here's the pitch. Nope. That is hit deep to left field. That's going to get to the wall, but it might not be a double. It is not. Brenner with a great job of getting the ball back in. Holds a ball hit to the wall on one bouncer to the wall is just a long single. So that's Henry's, I guess, the second hit that he's given up today. I probably would have thrown a changeup there to that kid. But you know what? I'm not an 11-year-old, so what do I know? Henry takes a look over at the runner. He's probably going to delay steal. Nope, he just goes straight away. Foul tip that Luke catches. Great throw down. Just not quite in time. So it pulled Dash a little bit off the bag. Dash did a great job of catching it, trying to make a swinging tag on the guy. Missed him. Got back over quickly because the kid almost slid through the base. So good job all around there. Didn't quite get it, but good job all around. 0-1. Henry with the move back to second. Runner gets back in time. There was no question he was safe on that one. See if the ump can get a call correct here. Henry takes a long look in. He's got his hands on his hips. Don't see that a whole lot from Henry. Here's the pitch. It's a foul ball for strike 2. So, he's talking about it with some of the parents earlier today. It's funny because these boys could get a free base if they would just turn their shoulder, but instead they all duck down, and half the time it's a foul ball. So what would be a sure base turns into a strike. But they'll learn. They're only 11. Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit out for ball 1.
Bring it in a little.
Henry takes a look at the runner on second. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That is hit high into right field. Will getting in. Unable to make the catch. It squibs past him. Oh! Oh! There's going to be a play at third. Dash with a strike over there. Henry backing up the throw. Gets past Ty. Clint was there for the backup too. So, little blue pit does the job for Conroe. They score their first run of this inning. Infield making their way in to talk to Henry, give him some encouragement. He's been pitching great. That was just unfortunate. Will, with a great job trying to catch that ball. He got a good jump on it and almost got there, but it was tailing away from him, tailing toward the right field line, and just unable to get a glove on it. But he did a good job popping up and firing it in. So we're back in the action. Here we go. Fouled off for strike 1. Runner on third base, nobody out here in the bottom half of the third inning. 1 run on the board for Conroe. Pirates are going to be looking to limit the damage to 1. It's going to be a tough hole to climb out of, but see if they can do it. That one's in the dirt. Good stop there by Luke. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 2. So Henry's got some work to do here. Definitely a little bit of frustration on his part. He's going to have to find some composure. Come back after this hitter. He steps off. Haven't been watching the runner on third base. Always had a good pickoff move going, but that's fouled back. Sorry, that's strike 2. So I told you earlier it was 2-0. It is 2-2 now. There was a Luke with the first rebound of the game. Luke, a.k.a. the white Michael Jordan, a.k.a. the white Dennis Rodman. If he can get an assist by throwing someone out, then we're going to call him the white Scottie Pippen too. Could be that whole Bulls 94 to 97 team. I don't know where that one missed, but that looked good. Full count here. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 4. So Henry gives up the walk. Probably should have had the strikeout on the pitch before that. And I told you wrong. It was not 94 to 97. It was 95 to 98 Bulls with Michael, Scotty, and Dennis. See if Luke can get himself an assist here. We'll call him the white Scotty Pippen as well. All right, runners on first and third. Runner takes off. Henry with some kind of off-speed pitch. Dash in to cut it off. The play at the plate. So he was out. Umpire called him safe. It's almost like the umpires don't want us to win today, folks. I'm just kidding. I had to say it. But Coach Ben is talking to the umpire. Umpire is not even addressing him. He's just saying, I made the call. If you don't get away from me right now, I'm going to throw you out. So he missed the call. That is for certain. That was a great play all around. Great play by Luke. And Ben has been kicked out. This is good. This is good, folks. This happened for Pirates basketball as well. We got some. This is the first time Ben has been kicked out of a game. I like to see the fire. He didn't even do anything. He just talked to Luke, and the umpire threw him out. So that is very, very unfortunate right there. Very unfortunate. So what should be at least one out with a runner on second base has turned into no outs, run across the board, and a runner on third with our coach out of the game. That is really unfortunate. That's lifted into shallow left. Clint makes the play on not able to get in there to make the play, so he backs out. That was good. That was the right play by Clint. But it scores a run, so it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the umpire's taking the game out of the boys' hand. Trying to look to see where Ben's going. Looks like he's talking to one of the, not sure who he's talking to, but he needs to talk to someone because that's really, really unfortunate. So Ben is talking to the tournament director, IT department, doing double duty and spying on what's going on. So he's talking to the tournament director. Doesn't look like she's doing a whole lot. She's getting in her golf cart and going to go somewhere else. So very unfortunate there. So we're back in the action. Runner on first base, nobody out. Henry throws that one. Not called a strike. Don't know what happened there. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike one. Henry painting the outside corner again. I'd like to say a lot more, folks, about what just happened, but I got to be careful because I will get thrown out also. Won't be the first time. Well, that's in there for strike two. Luke with a great throw down. Probably going to get called safe. No, they get the call right and get him out. So, with that assist, Luke is now officially the white Michael Jordan, the white Dennis Rodman, and the white Scottie Pippen. He's got He's wearing 23. He's got the only rebound of the game, and he's got the only assist of the game. Good job, Luke. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 2. So actually, Dash has an assist. Dash has an assist. The umpire missed the call. So it's not an official assist, but it's an assist in the Pirates scorebook. That one's hit off the mound, takes an unfortunate bounce. Henry fires it over almost in time. Not quite. So what should have been a routine ground ball on these poor excuses for a mound popped up, and Henry fielded it, fires a strike over, but just not in time. So 1 out, runner on first base. Henry throws over, keeping the runner close. One out. We should have 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one's hit softly up the middle. Brenner over. Not going to make the play at second, but he is able to get the out at first. So heads up play there by Brenner. He looked at second, but that was probably going to cost him any outs if he'd have tried to get the out at second. So he smartly throws it to first to get the sure out. 2 outs, runner on second base. Henry throw back to second. Two outs here. Pirates trail 3-2. Henry with another throw back to first. Good dig there by Dash. Throw was in the dirt. Dash did a good job of digging it out. Well, not the dirt, in the turf. There's no dirt anywhere at this complex. Not sunflower seeds either. It's unfortunate. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. Well, the Pirates need to get out of this inning without giving up another run. See if they can do it. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 2. Henry facing some adversity, as they say. Had his coach thrown out because he went to talk to the umpire about a call and didn't even get a chance to get the word in. Here's the pitch. That one's hit hard out into left center. It's going to get to the wall. Parker over, fields it, holds the runner to a single, holds the hitter to a single, but the run scores. He was taken off on the play. Two outs here. Runner on first base after that hit. Henry takes a long look over at first. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. That's fouled out of play. Strike 1. That's 2 rebounds on the day for Luke, folks. So Conroe Baseball Club coming up with some nice softball chants for their hitter. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. Change up in there. Swinging strike 2, sorry. Luke with a great throw down. Not quite in time, but good throw there by Luke. I'm really proud of our catchers. We've had two base runners caught stealing in the last 2 days. That's exponentially more than we'd had any time up to this point. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That looked real good, but not called a strike. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. See if Luke can get himself another rebound. No, unable. So 2 rebounds, 1 assist for Luke so far on the day. And a hard hit single. It's a pretty good day, I'd say. And yes, I intentionally tried rhyming that. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Henry really overthrew that one.
Don't get behind.
He's getting a little bit angry, you can tell. 1-2 count here. See if he can put this guy away. Here's the pitch. Yeah, strike 3 on the outside corner. So Henry coming back, fighting through what was one of the wackiest innings in Pirates baseball history. Pirates give up 4 runs on 3 hits. Conroe leaves 1 man stranded. We head into the top of the 4th inning. Conroe Baseball Club 4, Pirates 2. You know, the most unfortunate part of all that is umpires just took the game out of the players' hands. The umpire had actually called the guy at home out first, and then he changed his mind and said he was safe. And then threw the coach out for just trying to ask him a question. So, you know, folks, I don't know what else to say other than it's unfortunate. These boys are 11. You don't have to have an ego as an 11U umpire, but that's what happened. Well, let's talk about the NCAA tournament. My Hogs won yesterday, like I predicted they would. So they're going to be meeting Texas Tech in the Sweet 16. Should be a good matchup. It's out in San Francisco. I don't know how much tickets cost, but I'm not going. I bet you they're a little more than the $7 ticket to get into this place. But if anybody wants to give me tickets, I'll take them. I also need a flight out there and someone to convince my wife that it's okay that I go. That's probably going to be the hardest part. I'll actually pay for my ticket and my flight if you can convince my wife that I can go to the Sweet 16 to watch my Hogs. We had a prediction yesterday that Arkansas and Baylor were going to play for the championship. Baylor is playing, I believe they're playing Duke today. So we'll see. We'll see if that can continue. Duke's playing well, but sorry, I'm pulling up the bracket right now. So yeah, Duke's playing Baylor today at 1:40, and going around the score, UConn's beating Florida. See, we got a bunch of other games on tap today. UConn, Florida is the only one right now. Duke Baylor is next. They're starting in about an hour, and followed by Illinois and Kentucky at 4:15. So UConn over Florida right now. We're back into baseball. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs and outside for ball 1. Travis stands in there. He struck out last at bat, looking to do some damage this at bat. His dad's out in right field waiting for a homer. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Travis took a big cut on that one. I'll tell you what, had he connected, that was going to be hit hard. So, 1-1 count now. Travis stands in. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 2.
Got a ball on the field. Blue, you got a ball on the field.
Breaking the action for a wiffle ball, golf ball that got onto the field because the mom couldn't throw it up to the upper deck. All right, back at it. Here's the pitch. It's inside. Hits the umpire's shin guard and bounces to the first base dugout. 3-1 to Travis. He's going to be looking for a pitch he can drive, not something over his head. Looking for a pitch he can hit out to his dad out in right field. See if he can do that. We'll just take a base hit too. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good swing by Travis. Just missed it. Coach Robert comes down to give Travis a little bit of confidence. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. He didn't actually come set. That is on the outside corner for called strike 3. So Travis not happy about that one. It's tough. I'm not standing right behind the plate, so it's tough to tell whether that was actually on the outside corner, but it was called strike 3. That brings up Ty. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So Ty has lost the arm sleeve. He was wearing it earlier. He's ditched it. He's also ditched his body armor. He's going to be looking to hit one hard somewhere, get this Pirates offense going. Here's the pitch. Hit hard out into right field, over the right fielder's head. That's going to get to the fence, and Ty's going to be running for a while. He's rounding second. Is he going to? No, he's going to stop at third. So great piece of hitting there by Ty, taking a pitch on the outside corner and hitting it hard to right field. That brings up Will the Thrill Hall, but not before we have a mound visit by the pitcher, by the Conroe Baseball Club coach. My guess is he's probably trying to stall this game. Maybe has 10 minutes left. I'm not sure, but he's probably trying to stall a little bit. He does not pull the pitcher. Keeps this pitcher in. So runner on third base, 1 out. Will the Thrill Hall stands in. He hit one hard last at bat. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 1. He hit the ball hard last at bat, looking to do the same thing this at bat. Ty gets his lead. Here's the pitch. Well, pops that one foul and out of play. No rebound for the Conroe catcher. I mean, he's no Luke Landers, so wouldn't expect him to get a rebound. Pitcher takes a long look in. He's not on the rubber. Throws over to third. We got 6 viewers, folks. I like that. I would like more, but we got 6. Here's the pitch. Will hits that one high and deep to left field. That's going to get behind the left fielder and score Ty easily. Will in for a stand-up double. That one just carried, folks. Will hit it well. Looked like the left fielder kind of got a little confused, but it was a one-hopper to the fence. So back-to-back extra base hits for the Pirates. They're within 1. That brings up KP Kelby Pittman. Here's the pitch. Hit hard right back up the middle. Gets past the second baseman. Will's going to be sent. The center fielder misplays it, and Will slides in safely. There's going to be a play at second. Kelby in there safely with a almost Luke Landers patented slide. So Pirates are finally starting to play some offense. You love seeing that. I'm going to give Ben the credit for getting them fired up. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of fire from the coach to get these boys fired up, and they've got it now. That brings up Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack. He's 1 for 1 on the day, looking to chop some wood. Still looking for his shoe deal. Kelby gets back on the fake to second base.
Still making catches.
Down to 4 viewers. Folks, if you're tuning out, I don't know what your problem is. That is outside for ball 1. If you're tuning out of this game, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing more exciting going on in your life right now than Pirates baseball. We got a tie ball game here in the top of the 4th. Throw back to second is not in time. Kelby gets back in there safely. Kind of a Ronaldo-esque slide on his knees like he just scored a goal. Preston stands in. Here's the pitch. This is actually that's swung on and missed for strike 1. So second pitch of the at-bat. Lots of throws back to second base during this at-bat. Kelby gets his lead. Not a big one. Here's the pitch. Preston fouls that one right off the umpire's forearm. That hurts, folks. That hurts real bad. So Preston behind in the count. 1-2. Umpire says he's good. He caught it off the forearm. That doesn't feel good. One out. Kelby's on second base. Tie ball game. Preston looking to do a job here. Throw back to second. It was close to whether it would have been in time, but the shortstop dropped it, so it didn't matter. That's the 4th move to second, 3rd throw to second of this at bat. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 runs on the board this inning for the Pirates. One of you's tuned back in, so that's good. We're up to 5. Here's the pitch. Hit softly to the pitcher. That's going to move the runner over. Preston thrown out at first, but he does a job moving Kelby over. So that brings up Henry Poole is here. Watch it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Someone's going to take me up on that and actually watch that movie. So Henry looking to help out his cause, see if he can get a lead here. He just missed one last inning, or last at bat, 2 innings ago. Kelby's on third base getting his lead. Henry stands in. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one softly to third base. He's going to try and run it out. He was out in front. So the Pirates do some damage. They score 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into the bottom of the 4th inning, tie ball game, 4-4. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Travis is making his way out to the bump.
So will they call it a tie at the...
We'll go through the defensive changes here in just a minute once we get to them. We got a new potential catcher. Coach Britton has made his way behind the plate. He's looking to earn that starting spot behind the plate. I don't think he's going to, but he's trying. Either that or Coach Ryan is now considered the head coach with Ben gone. I'm not sure which has happened. So defensively, Travis is on the mound. Luke's behind the plate, taking essentially just telling Britton, look, man, I'm better than you. I've got 2 rebounds and assists, and I wear Michael Jordan's number. Ty is at third. Brenner's at short. Dash is at second. Preston's at first. Clinton right. Parker's in center, and Kelby's in left. Got some help there from the stat team on, I couldn't see who was in left. So thank you, stat team. So Pirates are going to be looking to shut down this Conroe Baseball Club team. They're tied up. They need to shut them down and come score a run and then hold them to none. Not an easy task, but it's their task nonetheless. Sorry, I had to go give my son a little bit of encouragement. Not supposed to do that, but I had to. So here we go. In the action, Travis throws that one high for a ball. Travis looks in. He's got his patented face cover look in. That one's hit high and deep to left field. Kelby breaking in on the ball. That one gets to the fence. It's going to be a double. Kelby holding him to a double. So leadoff double for Conroe Baseball Club. That brings up the next hitter. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball one. You know, I know there's only 3 people watching now, but I did kind of expect some comments from the viewing audience on Ben's ejection. I think that's his first ejection in Pirates history. Here's the pitch. Can't remember. He may have been ejected from another game. I just can't remember. I don't know. I can't tell you for certain, folks. We've had a lot of firsts this weekend. First time hitting for the cycle in an inning as a team. First 2 assists from behind the plate. That's in there for strike 1 on the outside corner. So 2-1 count here. Potentially the first time Coach Ben's been thrown out. All good things. Nothing bad. Travis looks in. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That is hit hard up the right side. Luke is there. Or sorry, Travis. My goodness. I'm looking. I'll go through all the names. Clint's there. Clint did a great job of fielding that, getting it in. He had a play at first, but it wasn't hit quite hard enough for him to throw the kid out at first. So runners on first and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We got 7 viewers now. Good. You finally realize, folks, this is an intense game. These boys need to get an out. Infield is pinched in. That's going to be a bunt that's popped up. Travis almost fielded that, almost caught that. Great play there by Travis. He dove, almost caught it. That would have been a fantastic play had he been able to make it. But instead, we've got bases loaded, nobody out. Lots of noise happening here, folks. Lots of excitement. Coach Ryan calls time, makes his way out to the mound. He's telling these boys what to do. So bases loaded, nobody out. Infield is going to be pinched in. Play is going to be at the plate. See if they can't get a double play and then get the 3rd out and get out of this inning without giving up a run. It has happened before in Pirates baseball history that a triple play was turned. So it's not unheard of for these Pirates players to get a triple play. We'll see if they can manage it here. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Infield is in. Middle infield is kind of pinched up the middle a little bit. Here's the pitch. That's hit high out into right field. Clint's under it. There's going to be a play at the plate. For whatever reason, the runner on 3rd did not tag up. Clint doing a great job of catching that fly ball and firing a strike into Luke. it took Luke up the line, but I think it may have taken him enough up the line to actually get the kid out. So base runner on third was not tagging. 1 out, bases still loaded, infield still in. Tie ball game, bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. For strike 1. So Travis showing some grit here. Starting to really heat up. He's putting the pressure on these Conroe boys. Here's the pitch. Fouled off for strike 2. Travis quickly ahead 0-2. Be great if he could get a punch out here. Travis looks in. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Looked like a pretty good changeup there. Had the Conroe hitter out on his front foot. He was able to foul it off to stay alive, but that was a great pitch. Looks like they're going to throw that changeup again. Here's the pitch. Yeah, he threw it again. That was a good spot. Didn't get the swing like he was hoping for. Here's the pitch. That's hit hard out into right field. See if Clint. So the runner is going to get doubled up at third base. Luke with great defense out there. I'm sorry, not Luke. Clint with some fantastic defense. Catches the line drive. The runner took off as soon as the ball was hit. And able to double him off at third base. So great job, Clint. Pirates get out of a bases loaded jam. See, we're going to see what's happening here. There's a conversation at the plate. So we're trying to figure out what's happening here. There's a coaches meeting with umps.
How does overtime work? Your extra innings.
So I think we're trying to find out how extra innings work. We're not sure what's going on here. Umpires are talking. So it looks like there's going to be bases loaded. Okay, all right. So bases are going to be loaded for the Pirates as they come out here. So bases will be loaded. I'm not sure how many outs they get, but bases loaded for the Pirates here. Not like MLB rules where they put a runner on second base. Runners are on every base. Okay, so we're sorry, folks. I know there's a lot of dead space here. We're trying to figure out what's happening. Offense gets the bases loaded in 2 outs. They get 2 outs. So they're starting with 1 out, bases loaded, 1 out, and they got to see what they can make happen. So Clint with all 3 outs last inning is going to be leading off for the Pirates here in this inning. I think it's the 5th. I think it's the top of 5, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Stats team confirms that it is the top of the 5th inning. We're tied at 4. Both of these teams are battling. So we've got some predictions from these Pirates fans. One of them thinks that Clint's going to hit a line drive over the first baseman's head, clear the bases for the Pirates to be up 3-0. All right, Henry's on first, Preston is on second, and Kelby's on third. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball one. 1-0 count to Clint. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball two. 2-0 count. Bases are still loaded, folks. That hasn't changed. Clint up at the front of the batter's box. I wonder if the bunt is on. Yeah, he's going to square around, see if the safety squeeze is on. Nope, the safety squeeze is not on. (3-0) to Clint. Henry's got a big lead. Preston's got a big lead. Kelby does not. He doesn't need a big one, though. Clint squares around and earns a 4-pitch walk. So the only thing worse than a one-out or no-out walk, leadoff walk, a two-out walk, the only thing worse than those two things is a bases-loaded walk. So Pirates are ahead 5-4. Bases still loaded. Dash is at the plate, looking to hit it hard somewhere. Here's the pitch. Dash squares around a bunt. Throw down to third. Does not. Third baseman with a good job getting off the bag and getting an errant throw. That first pitch was in there for a strike. It did not look like a strike, but it was called a strike. Dash squares around the bunt. That one gets to the screen, but Preston not breaking on the play. So 1-1 count to Dash. So the ball stuck to the bottom of the fence. It kind of got between the fence and the ground. Coach Ryan's asking what the ruling on that is, and that is a run in the dugout. Ball left the field of play, and therefore the runners advance one base. That's rule 2.34B if you're following along in the rule book. So Pirates lead 6-4 now. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Dash at the plate. He's looking to do a job here. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball two. 2-1 count here to Dash. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That was a curveball that didn't really break. 3-1. Dash is 3-1. He's going to be looking for a pitch. He can hit hard. Here's the piece. Squares around a bunt. Fake bunt all the way. Dash earns a walk. So that's back-to-back walks for the Pirates. Showing a lot of discipline at the plate, not swinging at anything bad. Well, we're going to have a pitching change here, folks. While we're in between the action here, we've got some sisters out in right center. The sisters are looking for a home run ball out there. They're calling for it. I don't think that any of them would actually catch it, but they would go pick it up once it hit the ground. And Parker's up, so I think one of his sisters is out there. Yeah, I think Parker could hit it to his sister. That would be pretty cool. It wouldn't quite be a walk-off homer, but It'd be pretty awesome. Grand slam hit to your sister. Lots of action in this. I'm glad that one was for you. Lots of action out here at Scrapyard Sports, folks. Lots of action. Looks like we're getting back to it. Base is still loaded. Henry's on third. Clint's on second. Dash is on first. Parker is at the plate. Like we talked about a minute ago, he is looking to hit one to his sister out in right center. Stand at the front of the box again. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball one. Pitcher shakes off a sign after he was already set. He was still taking signs. So I don't know that I've seen that before. Pitcher comes set, then takes signs. But that's what he did. 1-1 count to Parker. That one was fouled off. Here's the pitch. Parker hits that one. That's going to get over the shortstop's head. No, it doesn't. Henry takes off. There's going to be a play at the plate, and he scores. So Henry astutely tags up. I think he left a little bit early, but I'm not going to say anything other than to this crowd. He left early. The umps were looking for an appeal. Conroe didn't try throwing it back. I don't think they were watching, but Henry certainly left early. Anyway, he scores. That brings up Luke Lunar-Landers. That's in there for ball one. Clint steals third. Dash does not. Oh, Dash now does. Good job, Dash, by trying to draw a throw. So runners on second and third, 2 outs. Luke Lunar-Landers, a.k.a. the White MJ, a.k.a. the White Dennis Rodman, a.k.a. the White Scottie Pippen, looking to score some runs here. Here's the pitch. That throw is back to third, not in time. So good move there by the pitcher. Clint got a little bit lucky there getting back that the third baseman kind of made a funky catch and tag. Here's the pitch. That's hit to center field. Center fielder's under it. He drops it, and 2 runs are going to score. So Luke rewarded for hitting the ball hard. He hit it to straightaway center field. Center fielder got camped under it and
he's not bunting.
Unable to catch. That's Luke has been hitting the ball well this whole tournament. Although that's an error, still putting the ball in play, you get rewarded. There goes Luke. That pitch is upstairs for ball one. So Luke's on second base. Brenner's at the plate, 2 outs. That one's hit hard, but right at the shortstop, who makes the throw to get the third out of the inning. So the Pirates do some damage. They score, I got to look, I didn't keep track. They score 5 runs on 4 hits. We head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Pirates 9, CBC 4. So the Pirates will come out. They will have 1 out, but the bases will be loaded. We'll see who's going to be on the mound. Henry is making his way out to right field. He might be playing alone. Nope, Travis is going to be pitching, so we at least have 2 defensive players for the Pirates.
Where it might be beneficial to be the away team, because now the runners don't matter to us. Where it's run a dick.
All right, so you know, this would be a great topic for coffee talk with Pirates moms. The moms are going back and forth with their cheers. Conroe started cheering for their team. The Conroe moms started cheering for their team, and the Pirates moms, not to be outdone, started cheering louder for their Pirate boys. So good job, Pirates moms. Let's talk about that on Coffee Talk with Pirates moms next game. Would love to get that rolling. So Pirates moms, if you're out there and you're listening, get in contact with our operations team. We'll get you set up for pregame show that is going to be unrivaled, honestly. It will be the best pregame show in 11U baseball history. All right, so just to go over the extra innings rules. It's only the 5th inning, but we're in extras. So the extra innings, the team that's hitting gets the bases loaded. They have 1 out on them, so they are attempting to score 2 runs, or score as many runs as they can before they get 2 outs. So 1 out, bases loaded. Travis is on the bump. Luke's behind the plate. Dash is at third. Brenner's at short. Kelby's at second. Preston's at first. There's a balk, and that's going to be the first run of the game, or first run of the inning. So Travis, a little bit of confusion, balks, a run home. So runners on second and third. 1 out. Sorry, Henry's in right, Parker's in center, and Will is in left. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled back for strike 1. So good job there by Travis. Gave up a run on the balk, but comes back and fires a strike. Travis looks in. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Wasn't quite in the dirt, folks. It looked like it was going to be, but it was down low. There's also no dirt out here, so in the turf. I gotta change my vocabulary when I'm out here at Scrapyard Sports. Travis comes set. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike 2. So Travis quickly ahead 1-2. Runners on second and third, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We're halfway to 10 innings. It'd be like we were playing in the 10th if they played 9-inning games. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 2. Lots of stress here in the crowd, folks. I like it. This is how baseball's meant to be played. This is what makes it fun. Travis comes set. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off. So still 2-2 count. 1 out. Runners on second and third. 1 run across for this Conroe Baseball Club team. Pirates still lead 9-5. They were able to score 5 last inning. So the moms still doing their thing. Good job there by Luke. I don't know that it saved a run, just based on some things. No comment beyond that, but good job nonetheless by Luke catching that one. Here's the pitch. Swing and miss for strike 3. So Travis doing a great job coming after that hitter, getting a strikeout. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Pirates looking to close it out right here. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Travis painting the outside corner. Travis looks in. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to Kelby at second base. He fields it, makes a throw, and that is the ball game, folks. So not only do they win, but they shut the Conroe baseball moms down. Pirates 9, Conroe Baseball Club 5. We will be playing in about 3 hours, folks, so tune back in.